Hey everyone, just chilling on a park bench. Um, been able to walk and been able to. Um, I've started to be able to go for walks, and that's something I'm really grateful for. Um, I did like a 20-minute walk, just sitting down, observing nature, and it's very beautiful. Um, and yeah, I've just been in deep thought, deep meditation. Um, it'll be week 6, um, week 6 or 7, very, very soon. And yeah, I mean, I've been on treatment for a little while. I think that did improve me marginally. I was on azithromycin. Um, and yeah, I definitely don't feel worse. Because when I was in the peak onset of this sickness, I was barely able to talk without being short of breath, or barely able to get out of bed. I could barely walk to the bathroom. I was like waking up after 4 hours of sleep, scared to go to sleep. That has really minimized. It returned a bit last night, but the frequency has definitely decreased. And yeah, there has been a bit of anxiety, but um, I'm able to get out more, which I think is beneficial. I'm just thankful because a lot of things have been ruled out. Because like, I made a video called The Scariest Moment of My Life right when this happened, and I thought it was heat stroke, but it actually wasn't. It might have been heat related, but I still had a lot of those symptoms lingering for weeks. I had like numbness, tingling. That is like very, very, it's a little present, but much more decreased. Um, I was really just tired and fatigued. I still have that a little bit. I would just say it's a feeling of just being like, just like when you're tired, you're just a little, yeah. Um, but the symptoms have improved, which is great. So we're still getting more testing because the doctors have done immune testing, blood work, ultrasounds. Everything's seeming good for the most part, which I'm so thankful for. They said everything was remarkable or unremarkable, with the exception of like a reactive lymph node, which can be present with an infection. So the medical results have been very reassuring. And yeah, I've just been trying to do what I love and, create content. I think one thing that people don't talk about with creating content that's hard is, for me specifically, it might just, I don't want to look too much into it, but having a fear of judgment or a fear of rejection from people that or people that, like your friend circle, it can be really tough for me putting your heart into something and people that or you did know, they're not really for it, and they maybe unfollow, they don't want any part of it, they're not really supportive of what you're doing, and you're going out of your comfort zone. And yeah, that's something that really hurts, for me at least. But when you get unwavering support from the people who do like what you're doing, because not everyone's going to like what you're doing no matter who you are, but for me it's my personal faith, and my faith has just been everything to me, and I just moved to tears because I was in a really, really tough spot, and my faith really helped me to get out of that. And it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, for my mental health, for my career, for my physical health, just to be able to live a God-honoring life and it started from wanting to be a better person, and it moved more into wanting to be a man of God, and what does that look like. And sometimes it's just tough. I've talked about this before with people, like, it's just tough when sometimes, like, you run into people and they're like, oh, like, God's not real, or, you know, like, what God, like, you mean the Sky Daddy or whatever. Reddit is very prevalent for that. And it can just be tough because, you know, like, as someone who, I'm a pretty peaceful person, someone who longs for world peace, it hurts to see that, you know, because the end of the day, we are all free to our own belief. We're free to believe in what we want. We're free to our own faith. And that's just the way it is. That goes both ways. Yeah, that's just something that's been on my heart recently, and something that, you know, it does sting a bit when, you know, people used to be really close with. Yeah, because, like, my prayer is that I'd be able to see everyone that I know in eternity. And yeah, I know that God can work through anything, and it's not up to me to change anyone's heart in the beginning, right? So yeah, but I did just want to just talk, and this has been something, like, just, you know, just to be honest with you, this has been something that I've cared about for years, and I never felt confident. I always felt like I'd be judged or made fun of because, you know, I had, like, you know, like, sometimes when you're a kid, things people say in school can bother you, and I always thought it didn't bother me, but it actually did. You know, people would say, oh, you're just known for being this kid on YouTube, or you're just known as this such and such. I had someone say that, and yeah, I mean, there was also a lot of support as well. Not as much then as now, but those little things, those comments, like, oh, you're gay or whatever, those can carry with you, you know, and I think those are worth addressing. So I think that actually did kind of carry with me unknowingly for quite a while. And I didn't realize I was scared because of these comments to do what I love, you know, and felt like I shouldn't be doing it because no one else was doing it. But when I revisited that, it really was helpful for mental health. And now I'm creating content like crazy. And yeah, I've still lost followers from people who I knew, and that hurts. But not everyone's gonna have the same passions, right? So yeah, that's just something that's been on my heart, and I think there's a party going on over there or something. But yeah, just being out here again, I've been really looking forward to just stepping out and just getting some fresh air, hearing, you know, the laughter and the birds, the wind, seeing the trees. It's beautiful, man. Yeah, I'm also I'm filming this on my iPhone. I've been wanting to make more content as I continue to recover, about, like, minimalism, simple living. And the fact that I'm filming this on an iPhone 11, which is from 2019, 7 years old now. I personally love it. I think it's a great phone. And just my recent, you know, just with the sickness that I had, I started to think about maybe getting a new iPhone, like one of the new lines. And I mean, this phone is perfectly fine. Yeah, the battery life is a bit depleted, but I'm gonna make a video specifically about my iPhone, I think. I mean, in simple terms, like, yeah, the battery life's a bit depleted. The camera is a bit, I think one of the sensors has a bit of, like, a issue. The storage is at 64 gigs. Very minor issues. It's on iOS 27 beta, which is great. I love it. There's a red robin over there, which is beautiful. I don't know if you can see it, but so beautiful. That's about it. Everything else, I mean, it's running on the same software. Hardware is definitely different, of course, but it's really, in terms of noticeable differences, things I would notice there probably are differences there, like 5G, OLED, sure, but they're not super urgent differences, you know? So, yeah, I do look forward to upgrading. I'll probably buy myself the top of the line. I want to do that and just splurge a bit. But this phone's a great phone, man. It's one of the many things. Got the Watch SE2 as well. Pretty impressive how a phone from 7 years ago is still holding up so well. So, yeah. Thanks for joining me. I will be making more. I do want to revisit a little bit about simple living. Such a peaceful time in my life, man. Just focusing on bettering yourself and community and love and health. Yeah, it brings so much peace. So when I got sick, it made me realize how important that actually is. And when you step away from your mental health, you notice it almost instantly, and your physical health as well. So yeah, man, take care of your physical health. You know, there's so many people my age that, and you know, I've been that person who just wants to focus on, you know, instant gratification and sure, living in the moment, but things that might cost us our health. Not even just in moderation, but putting health aside, you know. Yeah, it's just navigating and longing for that kind of moderation, because no one's perfect. We can't really have like a perfect balance. I don't think there is such thing as like perfect balance in life, but yeah, that kind of comes to that point, right, where it's like moderation, but also choosing to cut out things that aren't good for us in general. Me personally, I don't drink alcohol or anything, and I don't regret that one bit. But yeah, there's a lot of people who do, and that's their choice, right? So yeah, thanks so much for joining, and we'll catch you later.